Good kill, good kill. Hey, good kill.
Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're in the Mig-15 against the F-86. I wanted to do this fight again for a while. I've really missed the Mig-15. It's a beautiful, beautiful aircraft. Very well modeled in DCS. And we're going to be fighting the F-86, which is a pretty even match. These aircraft are very, very similar. One may have an advantage over the other, but it's very, very small, almost negligible. And so it'll be an interesting fight, I think. We'll see how it goes. Here we got the merge coming up right here. Merged, and he's going for the vertical. So in my experience of fighting the F-86, what I've seen is that he's kind of better in the one circle, and I'm much better in a two circle. I tend to rate a little bit better than him. At high altitude, it's pretty much the same, but if I can drag him down low, I can rate him a lot better. So that's the plan, and he's trying to avoid that as much as he can. You see right now he's pulling us into a vertical rate fight, it seems like. And the F-86 is going to be okay as long as he has energy and altitude, so he can dump his nose. I'm just going to try to stay with him. Don't let him shoot me until we get down to the ground. I'm going to avoid the one circle fight wherever possible, and I'm going to try to force a rate fight whenever I can. And it's my understanding that one of the major reasons that the F-86, in my opinion, does better in the one circle is that he rolls a little bit better than the Mig-15. The Mig-15 feels a little sluggish in rolls, but you know, there's other things you can do with it. Just don't roll with the Bandit, I guess. And if you get into a scissor, you know, you got to go for a rolling scissor, and it's not pretty. This plane in a one circle fight against a competent opponent it's not pretty. And so I'm going to avoid that wherever I can. You can see we're still locked into this vertical rate fight with this F-86. And, you know, as we continue this, he will eventually run out of energy. As you can tell here, he's just slightly coming lower and lower, and the circles are getting tighter and tighter, and he's losing a little bit of energy here. You can see I'm moving into a good position here behind him. And he's going to try to tighten this down and force a one circle. I departed the aircraft there. I don't know where he went. I think he's underneath me. There he is. There he is. And almost had him. Alright, so here he's forced one circles. Sometimes he gets stuck in them, but I can get out if things get a little bit hairy for me. And as long as whoa! Oh, he hurt my wing. Look at that, he busted my wing. That's why you don't go one circle. Damn it. Now, I'm lucky that, you know, he's just using 50 cals. If that was a cannon or something, I would have lost that wing for sure. Luckily, the Mig-15 can take a lot of hits from the machine guns of the F-86. They need a lot of time on target to take down a Mig-15. So, you can see here I've got him in a raid fight on the deck. This is exactly where I want him. And I'm just going to raid the crap out of him down here. Alright, so as we start coming around this circle, he's going to see that, and he's going to have to do something different, because if he stays here, he's probably going to die. And you're going to notice him try to change the fight geometry. I mean, I hope, because if he doesn't, he's going to die. There he goes. So you see that? He's going for the vertical. I don't know, he's trying to go for a vertical raid fight or what he's trying to do, but he's trying to get some altitude back, change the geometry. But I am nicely situated behind him at this point. And it's just a matter of time. Now, I have these massive 37mm cannons, which means if I can just land one shell onto him, he will die. And if he doesn't explode, he'll be lucky. He's still going down, though. And so you can see here, I can't pull enough lead. If I pull too much lead, I'll lose control of the aircraft. But I am nicely behind him, just waiting for my opportunity here. And so here it looks like he's trying to tighten the turn down. He's shooting out of my HUD, and he's going to reverse the turn. I'm going to use the vertical to manage my closure on him. Displacement versus distance. And then he's going to come up here to meet me. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Oh, yeah. I think that was center mass 37mm. He's going down. Yeah, you can't even take one of those things, man. 37mm is so deadly. I think that hit him like right in the center on the side, if I saw that correctly. That was crazy. Alright guys, here we go with our Tacview. Before we fully get started, a lot of you have asked for the song that is played the piano during the Tacview. I don't know what it's called. Like I swear to God, if I knew, I would tell you. On my computer, it's just called piano. That's the file name. So I have no information to give about it. So here's the merge. And you can see, let's check the speeds again there. 0.72 Mach, and he's 0.86, so he's going a little bit faster than me. And so you can see he uses the vertical there, and this is a 2-circle fight. Okay, for anybody who is still confused, I still get a couple of comments, 2-circle, 1-circle. This is a 2-circle. Okay, and a 1-circle would have been if I had turned this way like I did, and instead of turning the opposite way, he had turned into me. You see, this would have been a 1-circle, okay, because it forms 1 circle. The other one is 2-circle because it creates, this is 1 circle, this is the 2nd circle, okay. So there we go. That's the merge there. Now these two aircraft very, very similar in terms of performance. I think one was faster or slower based on altitude. One turned better than the other, again based on altitude. So a lot of factors here. I think in real life, one of the major things that led to the F-86 beating the Mig-15 was a pilot experience, and the fact that they had G suits and the MiG guys didn't. So they were obviously pulling tighter and everything than the MiG guys were. So you can see at this point we're just kind of, you know, going around each other at this point, just vertical rate fights and, you know, loops. Here we get into what kind of, I don't know, in Tacview looks like a rolling scissor, but didn't feel like it in the actual fight. I guess it is just very large leafs for the scissors. At this point, this is just a straight up vertical rate fight, and you can see that the MiG, and that's where I lost control of the aircraft, right? And I just dipped over to see where he went, and he was underneath. Now he's smart enough that he pulled into me, right? And with enough, you know, clearance of the nose so that he didn't get shot as he went by there. And he comes back around. We're going to get rid of the labels here. He comes back around. As he goes across, he reverses his turn and continues to force the one circle fight. You see this? If he had, you know, come across and turned away and started turning this way, we would have been back in a two circle, right? So he's going to continue to force that one circle fight right here, and it's actually, you can see how I'm struggling with it. You know, I was pretty dominant in the vertical rate fight. On the deck rate fight, you're going to see how dominant the MiG is, but in this situation, F-86 is actually doing really well. And then right there, I know Tacview doesn't register a hit there. This is due to desync and DCS. They're a millimeter off here or there. So on my screen, it actually didn't register as a hit, but we very clearly saw that he hit. So that is a hit there across the right wing. And then he dips his nose, and I'm going to go ahead and follow that. It took me a couple of seconds to get my bearings there after I got hit. Didn't know how bad the damage was. Luckily, the Mig-15 can take a lot of damage from the F-86. I've been hit maybe 20 times with the F-86 before anything happened to the MiG. 50 cals, very deadly, but for some reason the MiG can just take a lot of it. And so at this point, we're on the deck. This is our rate fight. Let me turn the labels back on. And I'm getting 17.9 degrees a second. He's getting 11.2. Okay, you can see we're at the exact same Mach speed. Mach 0.68, Mach 0.68. I get 17, he gets 12, right? And you can see he hit a peak of 14 there. I'm hitting a peak of 18. Like, I'm just rating the freaking crap out of an F-86 on the deck here. And right here, he's going to reverse that turn. Oh, he's going to go for the vertical. Yeah, so this is the changing of the geometry that he tried to do here. Because, like, he very clearly noticed he was losing that rate fight. So he tries to use the vertical, and I'm just sitting back here. I'm not pulling him into the HUD because these are not great situations for me to get shots off. You know, I'm just like sitting there patiently. For a little bit here, I pulled him into the HUD right here, so you can see the lead. You know, I'm not lead actually, I'm pure. But you can see if I switch over to the HUD view. So this is the HUD. You can see how I have him perfectly situated, and I was just trying to get a little bit of lead so that I could get shots off. But I am firing a 37mm cannon, which means my rounds are very, very heavy, and that means that I'm going to need quite a bit of lead, you know, if I want to hit him. So I'm going to have to probably aim something about here, which actually makes hitting things with the Mig-15 rather difficult unless you get really close to him. It's also got a slow rate of fire. I think it's 500 rounds per minute or something. So it is a very difficult, you know, cannon to hit things with. But if you hit him, he basically disintegrates. So that is a trade-off. And so at this point, we're just kind of sitting here following him through that circle. And he's going to reverse that turn. And that's really, like here, I didn't react very well. I was a little bit slow on the reaction, but I want you to watch the HUD. This is why the turn reversals are not a good idea. okay, because he crossed my HUD right there. This little indicator here, let's say this is my gun reticle right here. I'm just gonna actually draw a gun reticle for you. Okay, pretend that's the gun. Watch this. Dead. So as he reverses the turn there, I just don't react fast enough and he goes through. We'll switch back to the aircraft view. Alright, and so here's the part where I'm going to use altitude. So we've talked about this in some videos, but I'll talk about it again. You have distance versus displacement, right? So between point A and point B, you have this. And let's say this is a distance of 1 kilometer. Okay. A displacement of 1 kilometer and a distance of 1 kilometer. Now, if Bandit moved from A to B, and I'm going too fast, what I can do is the classic high yo-yo kind of maneuver, which ends up something like this, okay? And this will actually be about, I don't know, let's just hypothetically say 2 kilometers. Okay, so the distance traveled through this is 2 kilometers, and the Bandit would have traveled 1 kilometer. I would have traveled more distance, which would have, you know, depleted more of my speed, and it would have kept me behind the Bandit. But you can see the displacement is the same. It's still between point A to point B. Okay, not a very good explanation. I think it's pretty basic, but if you need more clarification on that, let me know. We can talk about it in another video. And so that's essentially what I do here. He pulls up into me and crosses the nose and eats a 37 millimeter, and that's game over. Alright guys, so that's going to be our Tacview review. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.